there's Dave Goodrich. He says, run while you can. I worked with Dave Goodrich on TwistedMetal and TwistedMetal Black, and he made Vigilante 8. Got a celebrity there in the chat. Look at.
Well, here we are again. Darkside, Mime, and Trapper's endings are now out of the way. It's time for Grasshopper's cut ending. While pouring through my old Small Brawl development files and game design documents, I found a few delightful surprises you all might enjoy. So let's jump into it. If you've seen my other cut endings, you'll know Grasshopper was always intended to be in TwistedMetal Small Brawl. However, as the game's development was greatly shortened due to down-resing the game to PS1, a lack of a game engine, and forming the Incognito South studio during development, this left us without time to make the cinematic ending for several characters, including Grasshopper. Today I'm going to fix that. Grasshopper's Doom Buggy was passed around to a few characters who lacked a finished vehicle. First it was Trapper, but the small stature of the vehicle didn't work for a menacing boss. Warthog was second. He had a finished ending cinematic, but his in-game tank was not completed and required custom programming for the treads to work, as opposed to the standard tires we already had for most vehicles in the game. This led to me making a last-minute switch, changing the texture and giving Warthog the Grasshopper vehicle to save that character from the cutting room floor. Sadly, some characters didn't make it. Sorry, Taxi. Unfortunately, this made Warthog a weak character with a lackluster special. His special was thrown together at the last minute, with no time to do anything interesting or polish it. Hopefully this adds some clarity as to why Warthog was a lightweight for the first time in the series. Grasshopper's vehicle started off looking like her original Doom Buggy-ish design and color scheme from TwistedMetal 2. However, as we evolved the character's look in the Small Brawl universe, so did her vehicle's color scheme. I moved the design away from her bright greens and yellows to desert military tans and browns, embracing a combat Doom Buggy vehicle aspect, and gave her a more desert camo aesthetic to fit with the new, more edgy character design I based on Tank Girl from the comic books. I should probably talk about Warthog's original vehicle design since he stole Grasshopper's ride. While looking through my old files, I stumbled upon several early tank models and textures and concept art. This material is not enough to make a whole video, so I felt it'd be a great reveal in this video. Here's the first concept for Warthog's tank based on our level concept art. A toy design inspired by old 80s toys like the Attack Track. This is a unique and almost sci-fi design. I like it. We also tried a more standard tank design seen here. Kinda bland, and not a lot of personality. We even tried a tank with a brain in it. Why? I have no idea. But fortunately it got cut. We're doing a lot of experimentation back in the day. Eventually we wanted to go with a Sherman tank design, but it was never modeled or texture, leading to it being cut. Even though we had a model and texture for the first version, the programmers wouldn't have had time to program the game-ready version. Tank tracks are more difficult than tires, and would have led to increased programming time, and time is something we didn't have on Small Brawl. Now what about Grasshopper's special? As for her special, she was going to have a similar special to her TwistedMetal 2 version, but with my Small Brawl twist added to it. She was going to sport 2 Gatling guns that would pop out of the vehicle's doors, and she would fire at the targeted enemies. Leaping towards them, the guns would turn towards the enemy during the jump. Grasshopper would then jump up and down on the vehicle, stunning them and rapidly spinning while firing her Gatling guns at the target before landing on the ground. If Grasshopper missed the target with the leap attack, she would eject her Gatling guns upon landing, with them becoming high-powered remote bombs, detonating and blowing up a large area behind her. I had the idea to give her guns similar to Sheila from Vigilante 8, because her light vehicle frame didn't seem like it would logically cause damage to big vehicles like Slam and Darkside, with a simple leap attack landing on the roof of their vehicles. As expected, the special never got beyond the paper design stage. but it would have been spectacular if it had. So while I was working on this script, it dawned on me how interconnected a lot of music and other games were back in the 90s and 2000s. Entertainment was pretty small back then, so everybody was getting inspiration from everybody. I thought it would be interesting to mention that Vigilante 8 inspired the Gorillaz to start their band, even creating the music video 19-2000 featuring a V8 inspired dune buggy with missiles. A member of the Gorillaz created the comic book Tank Girl, which then years later inspired my take on Grasshopper for Small Brawl. The circle of creative life was complete. So, what does Grasshopper's character art look like? Well, I teased her in one of my older videos, but it was only her head. However, today we will get her full concept art from head to toe. I have mentioned Tank Girl a few times in this video already, but we only used inspiration from that character and created an amalgamation of her and the original Twisted Metal 2 Grasshopper. And here she is. Ta-da! We kept her bubblegum attitude and her camo fashion sense. And then we added some more punk, rebel accents with the blue hair and leather spiked wristbands and belts. We were really starting to like the Small Brawl characters that we were creating for the franchise and wanted to bring all of them into future Small Brawl titles, including the Cut Paintball prototype. That's a mouthful. The Cut Paintball prototype, a first-person shooter using the Small Brawl characters as teens fighting in Calypso's paintball tournament. We started this spin-off right after we finished Twisted Metal Black Online, the best version of Twisted Metal Black. She was also prominently displayed on the cover of the Paint Brawl GDD and the main game design document seen here. Too bad that project was canceled early in development. It was an interesting direction for the franchise. We even gave all the characters helmets, padding, face masks to alleviate any censorship concerns about young teens shooting each other in the face with paintball pellets. And I should probably show her bio before we get to the animatic. Krista's wild side and love of mayhem drive her to join Calypso's tournament. For her, winning isn't just about the thrill, it's a family affair. Well, this concludes the deep lore, so let's get to what you guys have been waiting for. Without further delay, here's Grasshopper's rough cut animatic. Enjoy.
Billy Calypso, I won your contest.
Yeah, what do you want? To be popular? A better fashion style? Ha!
I want you to go on a date.
A date?
Be at my house at 5 o'clock tonight and don't be late.
Knock, knock. Okay, come on. Let's get this over with.
I'm too young to date. Also, ew! Granny, your date is here.
Granny? Oh no!
Hot dog, you bagged me a young one. I haven't been on a date in decades. I hope you like steak and lobster, handsome, 'cause you're paying. Krista, sweetie, don't wait up. We're going to paint the town red tonight. I hope you had your shots because I bite. Grrr.
No!
Another granny has made an appearance, but it's a human and not an alligator this time. You Twisted Metal 3 fans probably noticed I did a slight nod to Granny Dread from Twisted Metal 3. My original notes described Calypso's date as a generic grandmother. I thought I would have some fun with the animatic without changing the core of the original story I wrote 24 years ago. Billy Calypso, tonight you become a man. Another grisly ending for the Small Brawl kids. Hashtag Small Brawl is the most gruesome Twisted Metal. As usual, I appreciate everyone watching this far. As many of you know, Piecemeal is next. We already hit the sub goal for him, so I just need a few weeks to create the video. Is Piecemeal's driver Calypso, as many of you speculated, or not? Who knows? Well, I do, and you will soon. Also, YouTube has changed its algorithm, and it seems videos needs lots of interaction to become recommended. So please like the video and comment, as these are the most important for visibility, and subscribe if you haven't. That's all I have for Grasshopper, and Piecemeal is next. If this video gets a lot of interactions, I might create Taxi's cut ending also. Stick around for some bonus bio, and some more level concept art, and I might sneak in some of the cut Small Brawl music. So, bye for now. Granny and her truck are always ready for a hot date. Be careful, she has expensive tastes. Granny taught Krista how to drive, and it shows. To Mr. Jaffe and the rest of the TwistedMetal community
He's
out
fucking
there,
her. He's fucking.
my response is April Fools.
You're a son
Could
of
you
a
imagine-
bitch. You're a son of a bitch.
Imagine if I was such a little bitch that Jaffe coming into my stream would rattle me. But I always wanted to do an inflammatory clickbait video.
Son
and
of
it
a
seemed like a
bitch.
really good chance to do it.
Son of a
You
whore.
got
Jokes aside, I
got.
appreciate
You
Jaffe.
son of a fucking whore.
You got.
Look.
Are you guys like the same age?
Shut up, bitch. Think about this for a minute. Imagine somebody who looks like Sloth from the Goonies, look shaming
I
anybody.
don't get the reference.
Well, yeah, sure, that's a you problem. But here's the point. Dave Goodrich, though, good looking man. He's my age. He does not look like he's 51, 52.